Hi and welcome back, and in this video, which I've called Essentials to Success, I'm going to look at a few things that will make your life a little bit easier as you go through this course, create your own range of products or services, and basically look at a few things that's going to make life a little bit easier for yourself. So I've called this Preparing for Success. You may have heard this one before. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Now, I mentioned in a previous video what I actually do is I write down at the end of each night the 5 things that I think are the most important things I need to do the next day to move my business forward. So try and get into the habit of actually doing that. I do keep a big paper diary and I write down at the end of the day all these 5 things. But what I also do is I put down all the things that I actually did as well. And as I've said before, if I've only done 4 of them, I've got the most important thing for the next day, unless there's something come up as a result of the other 4 things that I've actually done. Plan your next day ahead. And you could also plan in a weekly block or a monthly block, or you can plan in a 3-month block. I tend to plan in 6-month blocks because I know what I'm doing then. I'm creating quite a number of products and have done for the past few years. So I'm thinking ahead all the time. But at the moment, if we're creating our first product, we only need to think ahead to the time scale that's going to allow us to be able to make those little strides forwards to getting the product finished. Think about how you use your time. Are you using it effectively? And one of the things that people often say to me is, I don't know how you find time to be able to do this. Now, it's very simple. I actually plan my time to be able to do it. I don't spend my time looking at cats falling into boxes on YouTube, or spending my time on Facebook liking other people's meals. It's a big time waster to me. I mean, people who've told me, friends of mine have told me, I haven't got the time to do this. And then they send me a joke through by email or a link to a YouTube video. And I thought, well, how long's it taken you to find that? It's the best use of my time following this link to see yet another cat in a box, or a cute little puppy doing something. Well, no, I don't need to do that. I don't really want to see it. I'll use that in my downtime. But when I'm working, I'm working. So think about how you use your time effectively. So people who say they haven't got any time and spend the time doing that, well, you can use it more effectively, and there's an example of how. So set aside a time each day to work on your business. And when I started, I used to do this at night, and it was usually 8 till 10 or half 10. And then what I started doing is getting up an hour earlier in the morning so that I could spend a further hour. So I would spend at least 2 to 3 hours a day working on my business. And it's a habit that you need to get into, is to find that time that's suitable, that fits in with your domestic arrangement, that you can actually work on your business. And of course, everybody's different. So it's trying to find a happy medium, really. Very, very important, this one. Have a dedicated work area if you can. It does help to separate home from workspace. I'm recording this now in my office. Now, my office is in my loft at home. So when I close the door after I've shot this video, that's the end of it. My working day is finished. Now, when I lived in an apartment, which was open plan, I had my computer and everything else in one corner. And because everything was open plan, I felt as though I was at work all the time, because as soon as I saw the computer, I'd go and check some emails. I can do this. I'll do a little bit of that. I'll do a little bit of the other. Tonight, after this video's finished, I'll close the door. I'll go down. I'll have a beer and I'll watch the TV. And I have now separated work from home. So if you can manage to do that, that's great. Otherwise, set a work area away out the way so that you can just work maybe in a spare room or on the kitchen table or something. It's just something so that it's a focused work environment, and that will actually help you to actually focus on what you're doing. Be organised. It's amazing how much time you can waste looking for a document you were working on only a few weeks ago. We've all been there, we've all done it, and hopefully we get in the habit that we don't do it anymore. So when I create a product, what I do is I create a brand new folder, and everything to do with that product goes in there. Now, it can be a little bit disorganized, but I do know if I've got a document, if I've got a video, if I've got a spreadsheet, if I've got a PDF, that it will be in that folder somewhere. And I arrange them very, very carefully. They do get a bit messy at times, but I do know that everything to do with Internet Coaching Monthly is in the same folder. So I don't spend any time looking for that. So next thing, make sure you get some me time. All work and no play It's no good for anybody. So it comes to having a little bit of a regular breaks and things like that. I don't work for more than 1 hour at a time. I take a break, I go and have a cup of tea. I actually might check emails, go out into the garden, do something completely different for 10-15 minutes, and it just recharges the batteries a little bit. And also take time out from your business, go and do something you enjoy, go and meet some mates at a bar, go to the cinema, go for a walk, take the dog out. So what I'm saying is, don't be hyper focused on your business and forget all the other things that you actually enjoy. There we go. Take regular breaks. It says there, get a timer. I don't tend to use one. I've got a very, very good sense of time, so I know when an hour or very close to an hour has passed. So play some music, or on the other hand, don't play some music. It's whatever works for you. I tend not to have music on because I don't like that sort of distraction. I like the silence. But other people can work very, very well with music on. I'm just not one of them. So that works for me. And then the next thing is to keep updating your skill set and invest in yourself. So in other words, renew your training. If you see a training course that will help to push your business forward, we're not talking shiny objects here. If you find a product that might be useful that you can use now, not, oh, that might become useful, I'll buy that, and in 3 months' time I'll come back to it. Forget about it, because that'll still be there in 3 months' time, or the new updated version of it will still be there in 3 months' time. Update your skill set. Keep abreast of new developments in information marketing. They do come along every so often, and it's you might find there's something that will push your business forward. But again, avoid the shiny object syndrome and avoid distractions. We've spoken about this. Facebook, YouTube, continually checking email, or the best one of all, get a gatekeeper. Get someone who can intercept your phone calls. If you've got annoying friends who keep phoning you up every few minutes or keep sending you links to the latest amazing cat video on YouTube or want you to like their dinner, well, just switch Facebook off. Don't check your email. Get somebody to answer the phone for you. It's the way to actually maintain that sort of focus. Now that might seem a bit harsh, but sometimes you really just have to do these things. So what you can do is to download the PDF containing these slides, and indeed the slides of all the other videos. Something to refer to, something to jog the memory, and it's just some points to consider there that I actually find personally useful. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you click the subscribe button, you'll be informed every time I release a new video.